Hello, everybody. Good evening. This is Melissa Hronkin, and I'm here for a live tonight. We have a special guest, Jenny Fritz, who is going to be joining us, hopefully, here. And she has an amazing online presence, and I have a special affinity for her because she is a public school teacher, retired, and I am a public school teacher, and we are both in the arts. So I am looking forward to chatting with her this afternoon / evening. So hopefully our technology works out. If not, we're going to try a plan B. Hey guys, good evening. So Jenny, if you want to request to join my broadcast, and then I can let you in. I did send you an invite. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great day. It is Wednesday. This is day 23 of our wellness sharing, and we have a wonderful guest. Okay, she's adding. She's getting virtually added to the broadcast. Hey there, how are you?
Hey, hey!
I see you.
I see you.
Yay!
Let me try and get.
How are you this evening?
I am awesome. How are you doing?
I am great. I am excited to chat with you.
I don't know which way to go.
Leave it that way.
Okay, I'll leave it this way. I don't want to be on my side.
There you are.
Yay!
Now we're stacked.
We're stacked.
We're totem pole. Yeah. Well, firstly, I just want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to meet with us here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for everything you're doing. What a rock star you are, my friend.
No. For the past 10 years or so, we had a venue where we would gather people together, but we don't have the venue anymore. And so now it's just virtual. So I really enjoy reaching out and connecting with people. And so it's cool. It's portable now, right?
Right? It's all changing and shifting.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're kind of open format tonight, casual, but I am wondering if you can just kind of tell us a little bit about your story, how you got into music and the different things you do.
Well, I started music very young. I came from a fairly musical family. I was adopted into a fairly musical family. My dad played accordion, and everybody on his side, they had bands, and it was in Wisconsin, so it was all polkas and all stuff like that. So I started guitar very young. Yeah, I started guitar very young, and I realized quickly that I was pretty good. So I just kept going with it. Started singing, started playing trumpet. I went to college for music and decided to do the music education route, even though I never wanted to teach, and I never wanted to teach elementary music. I was going to be a band conductor. But the universe had other plans for me, and I realized how much I really did love that. So that's where I went for 26 years. I mean, I did direct some bands, and I enjoyed that, but I really love the elementary music and the methodology I taught, or with the instruments, percussion, movement, speech, improvisation. I could use the whole thing just talking about that, but I have gone a different direction, though. I mean, I still feel like I have a course that I'm working on and will be coming out probably in the fall. It's mindful music. The title is Mindful Music for Little People and the Big People Who Love Them. I'm not sure who is going to be taking that on. I thought it was going to be one school. It may still be. I'm not sure, but stay tuned for all of that.
That sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. You know, it's funny because we have some parallels in our story that we were kind of I was, you know, I'm a visual artist, but I kind of, you know, pursued my thing and never thought, you know, my parents were teachers, so I thought, well, I can't do that.
Right.
And there again, it wound up, you know, I'm about 20 years in, and I'm realizing the gifts that come from it. But
Yes.
also, you're such an inspiration to me because you have your own. It's like you have a new rebirth of having the time now to pursue your other passions. So
Yes.
yeah,
I was guided very strongly and received messages from myself, more than one intuitive, that I was going to be using my gifts as a music teacher and all of my musical training and do it in a healing way. And that is how I already actually was a Reiki master. I knew, and that came from just childhood wounds. And as I had mentioned, I'm adopted, and I know that you have had one or two other people on the format that have also been adopted, and that can just really wound you. Even if you go to the most loving, wonderful parents, there's still that separation from your mother, which we could do another whole thing. It's called the primal wound. So the primal wound basically drove me to want to better things for myself and to feel better and do it in a natural, non-addictive way. So that is what started me on the energy healing route. And then, the universe has this way of showing you the path. And in fact, they are obnoxious about it sometimes and will like put logs here and then go, this is what we want to do. So that's what happened. Exactly. That's what happened with the Reiki. And what the heck is this Reiki stuff? And for those of you who don't know, it's just an energy heal, not just, but it's an energy healing where the healing comes from the practitioner's hands. And it's a frequency of between 7 and 10 hertz that come out of the palms and is the optimum healing frequency. See, it's frequency as well. So
there you go. Yeah.
So I was already a Reiki person when I did sound healing route, and so now I am a integral sound healer. I also do biofield tuning, which is a whole other realm, and I do Reiki.
Awesome. Yeah. So do people mostly book with you individually, or are you out and about sometimes at festivals? How can people find you easily?
Well, I did just do a little vendor thing in Lake Linden. I don't do a lot of festivals. If they're close by, I will. My next festival will be August 7th with Penny Seifke's her festival, the summer celebration in Calumet at the Lincoln Park. I know it sounds like a band. It is, but it's also a park in Calumet. And I will be there doing mini sound healings and Reiki. And my daughter paints drums. She'll have painted drums there too. She's got the visual art thing going on. So
wonderful. Yeah, I'm going to be there doing some kids activities. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good on you.
So we'll have to find each other.
Absolutely.
And,
yeah,
beautiful.
But yes,
so,
I would like to start doing in-person group sound baths. I just have to find a venue. I don't find that an outside venue is wonderful and romantic, but it's not necessarily great for sound, and it's not predictable or controllable. And so for the most part, I do one-to-one, and it's usually in person, but I also do distance. Distance is very effective.
Wonderful. Yeah. And you have a page for your business. You also have a really great website. I think
I haven't looked at it in a while.
Yeah. Yeah,
Thank you.
it's wonderful. So those are some places people can find you. And so do you sometimes in your musical Zen page, have you been doing some lives or
I don't usually do lives per
okay.
se, but I do put out videos that are also on my YouTube channel. And a lot of times it's energy healing. And the last thing sometimes my child and I, every Monday this summer, we're doing musical Mondays and we just put songs out there because, music is
Awesome.
healing and that's all part of musical
Yeah.
Zen. And I recently put out a demo of what happens in a one-to-one session where I go through
Hmm.
it's like a sample session that you can experience
Oh,
via
nice.
distance
Wow.
starts with the biofield tuning, which is our aura. And I just
Mm.
go through the energy and listen and see what I can hear and try to tune things up, get some snarls out. And then I go on
Wonderful.
the body with weighted tuning forks like this
Mm.
and
Wow.
Reiki.
Okay. Oh, very cool. So
Yeah.
you use the singing bowls as well as the tuning forks.
Yes.
And you do drums. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
Yes. It's my working
Beautiful.
crystal bowl. She's the workhorse.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love
She
that.
does all the work. She's a very healing. Whenever somebody really needs some healing, I turn to this. Want to hear?
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yes, please.
It's the heart chakra bowl, so you might be feeling it in your heart
Mm.
space.
Ah, wonderful. So are they at different frequencies according to the chakras? Is that what
Yes,
happens or?
yes, that's what it
Okay.
happens with all of the singing bowls and with the tuning forks. Now, there isn't just one specific frequency, like this is the heart frequency. No other frequency will do. I don't
Yeah.
like some people do adhere to that. I don't adhere to that. I think you could do it all with one bowl and one tuning fork if you had to, because it's all about intention.
Mhm.
One of the pioneers of sound healing has this equation, and it is sound plus intention equals healing.
Mm.
So,
Mm. I love that. That is really beautiful. Yeah, yeah, it was interesting. In my latest yoga training, the instructor was talking about frequency, like the frequency of the earth, you know, and I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head. You probably know them,
no,
but
I'm not a big frequency memorizing nerd at
okay.
all. No, I'm just
Okay.
not. I know some of the main ones, but I'll admit that right up. That's not what I'm
Sure,
about
sure.
at all. But it's
Yeah.
cool.
Well,
It's cool.
it was interesting because she was talking about how the term to raise your vibration actually what we're kind of trying to do for healing is actually lower the vibration to be closer to the earth versus, yeah, so I found that kind of interesting. So to kind of ground in and
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. What I have found is that it varies because some people in specific points on their body or around their body, it's just screaming. I hear the bowls tell me, the
Mm.
bowls will go, wow! And it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
we got to mellow that person out. Or it's like, it almost dies out, if you slide. I like to listen to this in a person's life timeline on a certain point.
Mhm.
And if you start from one end, it's like birth, and then as you go in closer to the body, it's them in the
Mm.
now. So if sometimes you slide in there and like you'll hear in their 20s, it's like, what happened in your 20s? There's like no sound here. Or you'll hear a
Mm.
scream all the way through the body. So every time something happens in our life, every little trauma, every big trauma, something happens and it is imprinted in the energy around our body, and I
Mm.
can hear that in the bowls. And I've gotten to where I can hear what kind of a trauma it is and what it has done to the energy. And then sometimes the ancestors step in and will give me a hand and tell
Mm.
me things too. I didn't know that was going to happen when I started this.
Yeah. So cool. Very cool. Well, I think that's just, part of it is being open and intuitive to continue to learn, right?
Yes. Oh, it's a never ending. I feel so green. Yeah, it's never ending.
Yeah, yeah. No, but that's wonderful. Well, I'm so grateful for what you bring to our community. I see
Oh,
Liz is on here tonight, and I know she
yes.
visited you. Yay! She maybe came and saw you, and she's a music person
Yes.
and a teacher. And
Yes.
I think that I want to thank you for the group you had this year, giving extra support to teachers and parents and everything like that. That was really, really supportive. So
I was honored to do it. By the time August came around, I saw all of my teacher friends on Facebook, and I could feel the anxiety welling up. And I thought, well, if I am not going to step up to plate now, what good am I going to be? So I just really just wanted to give some help to people who are, and
you did.
good. I'm so glad. I'm glad that I was able to.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, thank you so much, Jenny. And I look forward to seeing you in person.
Yes,
If not before August, definitely in August. But
absolutely.
um, so people can maybe get a little group together and contact you about maybe doing a session or one-on-one, and I'll be sure to post the links below here so people can find you.
Awesome, absolutely. Actually, I'll have a special. I have a few. I have a few openings left in August. I'm usually scheduled out 1 to 2 months in advance for
Okay.
one-to-one sessions. But anybody who mentions you and that they're in this group, I will offer any one-to-one session with a free card reading or foot detox. If you mention that you're in the group with us.
That sounds
Booking, let's
amazing. Well,
say
that's very generous of you.
booking into
Cool.
September. I'll book you into September even. Through August and September, I'll offer that.
Awesome. That sounds wonderful. Yeah. Well, thank you again.
It's my
You are
pleasure.
wonderful.
Oh, back at
And
you,
what is it?
friend.
We're both wearing blue.
Yes.
I don't think it was an accident here.
Nope. Calming.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Okay, take care. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you,
Thanks again.
Melissa. Thank you.
Yes, good night.